Before we head into the video, I'd love to give a shout out to the sponsor of the channel, RL Exchange. Now, RL Exchange is a great way to buy Rocket League items and credits on any platform at the cheapest prices so that you can build your dream setup. Make sure to go and check out their website using the top link in the description and use code TXC to get yourself 3% off your order. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my tips and tricks on how to make profit and trade on Rocket League. I'm going to be covering tips from a beginner level all the way up to a professional level, so no matter how good you are at trading, hopefully this video will be able to help you trade and make even more profit than what you're currently making. Just before I get into the tips, I'd like to mention I am giving away a Titanium White Octane every 1,000 subscribers on the channel. As I'm recording this, we're currently 30 subs away from 27,000, and as soon as we hit that goal, I'll be giving away a White Octane. So subscribe if you want to be in with a chance of winning yourself a White Octane, and join my Discord server. The link is in the description down below. That's where I do all the giveaways, including the White Octane giveaway, so make sure to join up. But without any more further ado, we're going to be going through the tips and tricks on how to make profit and trade in Rocket League. And we're going to be starting off at a beginner level, where you probably don't have a lot in your inventory whatsoever, maybe a few non-crate items, limited, nothing worth too much. But the first thing that you can do to make profit is open things called drops. You basically get these from completing challenges, and you get some non-crate items out of them, which actually have a little bit of value. For example, on the screen right now, you can see I'm opening a rare drop, and I'm able to sell the item I get out of it for around 20 to 30 credits. Now, credits are extremely important on Rocket League. It's the currency that we use, and loads of people look for credits, and sometimes they overpay, which is how you're going to be making your profit. So at this stage, you've been able to open a few drops, maybe got a few non-crate very rares, non-crate imports in your account. That's great, but you don't have credits, so you're going to need to sell those items. Now, the way you go about selling items is finding communities with Rocket League players who are also traders and are willing to buy your items, and there are a few communities that I can suggest to you. One of those is RL Garage, which is a fan-made website for Rocket League where people can trade. There's a bunch of other factors on there, including one where you can design your own presets, but right now we're going to be focusing on trading, and using the app you can list up a bunch of posts selling those items which you've just got out of the drops. You can also use RL Trading Post, which is a Rocket League app. You can just download it from the App Store. It's basically the same as RL Garage, but I believe it has a slightly smaller community, and also the user interface is a little bit worse in my opinion, but it is still a good app to find trades. I'll be going over some more communities later, but right now RL Garage and RL Trading Post are a really good starting point where you can list items such as those non-crate items and get some credits for them. Now, if you don't know what your items are worth and you don't know what to sell your non-crate items that you've just got out of the drops for, then make sure you're using rlinsider.gg. It's a website. Just search it up on Google or any search engine, and it is what everybody uses to check the prices of your items. It has the prices of the non-crate items. It has the price of pretty much every single item in the game, and it's very accurate. Just make sure you're selecting the right platform when you load onto the website, because if you're on PC and you select Xbox as the price list, then you're going to be selling all your items for the wrong prices, and it is not going to go well for you whatsoever. So if you're on PC, make sure you're looking at the PC prices, and again, if you're on Xbox, make sure you're looking at the Xbox prices. But there you go, that is how to open some drops, get some items, and sell them on for some credits. And now you have some credits to work with, and this is where you can start to buy other items which make you even more profit. Now, in my recent Nothing to Fennec video, when I had some credits in my account, I decided to buy some generic popular items that are pretty cheap. For example, anodized pearl, and there's some others like Cristiano which are really cheap, but you can buy them for maybe 50 credits below their minimum values and resell them and get some easy profit. But I don't usually do this. I usually buy and sell cheap black markets. For example, Toon, Solar Flare, Biomass, Electroshock, and they can get me a decent amount of profit as well. And again, to buy and sell, you're going to be using RL Garage and RL Trading Post. It's probably the easiest way to trade, but just keep on repeating this, and soon you'll have enough credits to move on to the next stage where you can start to make even more profit. Okay, so we're going to be moving on to the next level of trading. I'd suggest having an inventory of at least 300 credits before you move on to this stage. It'll just make it a lot easier to actually buy and sell certain items. But we're going to be moving on from non-crate items, cheap black markets. They're in the past. We're going to be trading with new items, high demand items, Octane, Standards, Phoenix, Draco, Zombas, some items that actually have a decent decent value, so you can make even more profit by underpaying by around 100 credits per item. So yeah, the profit is a lot bigger in this stage. And the reason I say that you're going to be buying and selling high demand items is because these items sell so easily. So when you buy them into your inventory, you'll be able to sell them really quickly. So you're looking at getting some easy and efficient profit. And again, from the previous section, you're going to be using those trading apps, RL Trading Post and RL Garage. I'm going to put on the screen right now a few of my listings where I'm trying to buy high demand items for my nothing to something. And right now my inventory is over 60,000 credits, but I'm still buying these items. So yeah, I can assure you it is a very solid way to make profit. As you can see, I'm buying items such as Octane, Standards, Phoenix, and I'm going to be underpaying by roughly 100 credits every single time. If you're not on Xbox, I'd probably suggest trying to underpay by roughly 50 credits. It's a lot harder to buy items on other platforms, so you might want to pay a little bit more just to ensure you're actually able to buy certain items. And you're also going to want to switch up the prices because, again, like I mentioned in the previous stage, these are Xbox prices. You want to make sure that you're using the right prices for your platform. So for example, if you want to know the price for a Saffron Octane on PC, just load up RL Insider, select PC, search up Saffron Octane, and then on your RL Garage listing, you're going to want to underpay by around 50 credits. Now, of course, you don't need to just buy the items that I'm suggesting. You can buy a bunch of other items. You don't even have to listen to the tips that I'm giving you, but I can assure you they do work. So I'd highly recommend it. If you're looking to buy other high demand items, what you can do is, again, load up RL Insider, and then there's a bar at the top that tells you the trending items in the last 24 hours, and these items tend to be items that have a very high demand. You do have to be a little bit careful. Some items are there for a different reason. For example, the Nissan Silvia RLE, extremely hard to sell. People just want to know the price, and it's an item that is circulating a lot in Rocket League right now. So trust me, do not pick up items like that. Black Dice is, well, very expensive. You won't be able to afford items like that. But as you can see, there's a white Octane in there, Black Standard, Phoenix as well, really good for making profit, high demand. Painted Standards, again, are in that list. Painted Octanes, and then some painted Zombies towards the end as well. There is a white smoke show. Again, this is circulating a lot right now. You don't want to buy it. It's very hard to sell. But that is the method that you want to be using, just buying and selling high demand items. You should be able to sell them fairly quickly, and just make sure again that you're using RL Garage and RL Trading Post. It speeds up the process so much, and I do just want to suggest a few more communities in this section that will allow you to get even more trades, and one of those communities is going to be Discord. Discord is pretty good for trading. I wouldn't say it's as good as RL Garage, but obviously the more communities that you're using, the higher chance you have of actually getting some trades. And one Discord that I would highly recommend is the official Rocket League Discord. I'm in it. I use it quite a lot to trade. I don't get trades all the time, but I do get the one-off trade that helps me. So yeah, if you want to, make sure you're using Discord. And there's one more community that I want to suggest, and it is the Xbox Looking for Group section. This is only available to Xbox players, but there is a whole Looking for Group section with so many traders, and that is probably where I get about 60% of my trades. And for Xbox, it is a game changer. So again, make sure you're using it. It's just another community, but it opens you up to so many more trades, and it is so effective. So hopefully this will allow you to make a lot of profit. I use it a lot of the time, this method, just buying and selling high demand items. But there's one more method that can make you even more profit, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little harder to do. So this is only gonna be for more professional traders, people who have been trading for quite a long time, have a decent inventory size. You don't want to go into this method if you only have like 500 credits, because the items are going to be so hard to sell, and you might just be stuck with the item and have to quick sell it. So I wouldn't recommend it if you don't have a good inventory size, but if you have an inventory size of at least a couple thousand credits, I'd say, I'd definitely recommend it. And unlike the last section where you're going to be buying and selling high demand items, you're going to be buying and selling low demand items which are very hard to sell, and you're basically going to be looking for people who are quick selling these items. For example, there's some really good ones. Painted Dueling Dragons I found are very, very good. Painted Interstellars are quite good. Painted Atomizers can be very good as well. Now, there's so many low demand items in the game. I'm not going to be going over every single one. Most items are low demand, but what I did was I found out that Painted Dueling Dragons and Painted Interstellars are really good for making profit, as there's loads of people quick selling them. And what I did was I just made a few posts on RL Garage and RL Trading Post offering for both of these items, and for I believe Dueling Dragons I was paying roughly 400 credits below the minimum value each, which is a massive underpay, but I still got people interested as they are hard to sell. And then I believe for Painted Interstellars I was underpaying by about 250 credits because they're quite a lot easier to sell than Dueling Dragons, and I wasn't able to buy any for a bigger underpay than that. So yeah, those are my prices. Again, you will need to just have more experience, and the more you trade, the more you will understand what items have low demand and what items are actually good for making profit that are still low demand. In the past, I've also traded with items such as Painted Dices, Painted Tunicas, and Painted Sunbursts. Again, these have a very low demand. They took me days on end to sell, but eventually I was able to make a lot of profit with them. So you can try out these methods for yourself, buying and selling Painted Dueling Dragons. Let me know how you get on with it. But as I mentioned earlier, you don't really want to be doing this method unless you have at least a couple thousand credit inventory value. You don't want to be stuck with these items because, as I've just said, it took me days to sell some items, and I'd class myself as a decent trader. So yeah, just be careful going into this that you might be stuck with items in your inventory for quite a long time. And of course, you don't need to just stick to this method. If you have quite a big inventory, you can just go out and buy and sell bigger items. For example, Titanium White Octane, which you probably couldn't afford if you're in the middle section of trading. But if you've got a bigger inventory, you'll be able to sell, you'll be able to buy and sell rather Titanium White Octane. And even though it's not a low demand item, you can still make a ton of profit. But I've found low demand items such as Painted Dueling Dragons are a really effective way of getting profit. Not exactly quick, but I'll let them sit in my inventory, and whenever I can sell them, I will, and I'll get around 400 credits profit. But anyway, those are my tips, and those are the tips that I've also been using for myself in my Nothing to Something series, and I've managed to get over 60,000 credits in about 20 or so days. So yeah, the tips definitely work. Hopefully you'll be able to try these out for yourself and make a good amount of profit as well. But anyway, that is going to wrap it up for this video. I really hope you have enjoyed. If you have, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I am giving away a Titanium White Octane every 1,000 subscribers on the channel over on my Discord server, so make sure to join up if you want to be in with a chance of winning yourself a White Octane. But as always, thanks for watching to the end of the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Me.